This is Satoshi Society.
Good morning, Fort America. Henry Kissinger said, the one who controls food can control the people. The one who controls energy can control whole continents. And the one or entity that controls money controls the world. In my first article and summarization video, I kind of explained a little bit about that. But this video, I'm going to provide you a solution. Right here, I have the ColdCard Mach 4. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a air-gapped multi-sig Bitcoin wallet. Just in case you're experiencing financial mechanisms used against you to close a bank account or, other stuff that oppressive regimes do. And with this, what you'll be able to do is set up a wallet where you can receive funds offline. So even if you don't have an internet connection, and then when you get to a store or, a place that you do have an internet connection, then you can spend your funds. So you can receive and spend your funds. So let's get started, baby. All right, so let's start off with what you need. You need a 9-volt battery, the USB cold power, no data, just power. You get this from ColdCard, it's like $10. The Mach 4, and then the USB that comes with it, and a piece of paper. All right, so I put my phone down. You take the 9-volt battery, and you plug in the cold power, like so. You kind of have to force it in a little bit. It's not too difficult. And then you take the opposite end of the charger, and you plug it in like this. And then there's a little white switch on the side. You're going to flip that on, and that'll turn the device on. All right, so let me move this around a little bit so that I can show you. You can see the screen. All right, so you're going to type the PIN in. It's going to give you the 2 reference words. That'll let you know that your PIN is right, the prefix of the PIN is right. And then the rest. And I'll leave a link in the description of like a 5-minute setup tutorial that CoinKite has, which is the basics. And in this specific video, there's a lot of videos on CoinKite that you can look at. But this is setting up an air-gapped multi-sig wallet. And I'm doing this in like a emergency scenario, so we're doing it with one device as opposed to having multiple devices. But you'll get the hang of it, and you could more easily do it with 2 devices. But for the sake of considering this may be an emergency scenario, let's just do it with one. So we're going to generate new seed words, which is the first option right here. Click through that. I'm going to do a 12-word, just for the sake of this video. And never, ever share these words, as you probably already know. Don't show your girlfriend. Don't show your mom. Don't show your grandma. Don't show your best friend. Now, since this is a multi-sig device, and in this specific video, we're doing a 2 out of 3, you can show them one, but you can't show them more than one. Because if you show them more than one, let's say you get in a fight, they can use 2 devices to move your funds. And you have to do the $5 wrench attack. No, I'm just joking, but you get the point. Yeah, and then, really, you never want to give it to anyone, and if you die, then the supply of Bitcoin goes down, and everyone's Bitcoin is worth more, so that's good. I'm just joking. Kind of, not really, but yeah. Berger, it's one of the words. This is just a practice wallet, so it won't even matter if you saw it. And once you do this, it's not like you can only generate 1 seed in the on this device. After you write the words down, it's going to ask you a few questions, like what word 12 is. Then you just got to click through these and use your what you wrote down as a reference. And then once you go through the whole thing, then it'll bring you to the main menu. All right, fine. But then it's going to ask if you want NFC. I always click X on this, but if you get to a store that you want to use your Bitcoin at, you can enable NFC, and once you scan the transaction, it'll confirm it on the device as opposed to using the SIM card or plugging it into an actual computer. So that's pretty good. I'm going to disable the USB port, and it's going to give you this this menu, we're going to go down to settings, which is the last option, and then the third option, multi-sig. We're going to export xpub. So that's basically exporting your public key, kind of. It's going to ask you a few questions, just let you know what you're doing. Not ask you a few questions, but let you know what you're doing. Run you through a prompt, tell you the address type. Skip through the account number, just press check. And then now it's downloaded to the SIM card. So then you want to go back to the main menu. We're going to go to passphrase. So we're going to do 2 seeds and use 1 passphrase. I don't recommend this. I recommend using 3 seeds. But because if you lose one of those 12 word sets and you have a passphrase, then you're screwed. But for the sake of time, kind of let you know what you're doing. Now with the passphrase specifically, you're adding a word to that 12 words and it's generating a completely different wallet. So I'm going to do something really simple. Just the first option, abandon. I'm going to add it to my seed phrase and apply it. That's going to generate a new fingerprint. And that fingerprint is how you identify the wallet. So when you're finishing out the multi-sig, it's going to show 3 fingerprints, and each fingerprint represents a wallet. So you want to write this down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that along with the passphrase. And then we're going to go back to the settings, which is the last option on the main menu. Go back to the third option, multi-sig wallets, and we're going to do the same thing, export xpub. So we're exporting the xpub of this wallet too. Skip through account number by pressing check mark, and then it says that you saved the file. So now we're going to go to advanced tools, which is the second to last option on the main menu, and go all the way to the bottom, danger zone. We're going to go to seed functions, and we are going to destroy seed. So this is going to completely reset the device. It's going to double ask you, and then you got to kind of scroll down and read this because it's going to ask you to type in a number just to ensure that you actually read it. I'm going to press 4, which does that. And then, now it'll wipe the seed, but it's not going to wipe the passphrase. So passphrase stay the same unless you enter the passphrase and so we're going to generate a new seed, a new 12-word seed. And then I'm going to do 12 words again, like I said. Now you got to write these down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. All right. So then it's going to prompt me through, asking me to ensure that I wrote everything down correctly. Just go through that. Yeah, I caught that. I wrote down one of the words wrong by a letter. Again, you don't want to show anyone this, especially since we're doing a 2 of 3 multi-sig. You don't want to show 2 wallets because then you're screwed. Then assume that your wallet has been compromised. If there's any possibility of that being the case. All right. So we're going to go to settings. Okay, I'm going to press X on these 2 options because we don't need them right now. Back to multi-sig. Now, instead of going to export xpub, we're going to go create air gap. This is going to prompt me through a few things, so you know that on my SD card, what type of wallet it's going to make. So pay to witness script hash wallet is the type of wallet that it's making. And I'll go over that in my other video. How many devices you need to sign. So we're doing a 2 of 3. Check through that. And it's letting me know the wallet name. Now, I would highly, highly recommend going down on this last option and pressing 1, because this will give you the fingerprints of each wallet that you made. So this is my first wallet that I made. And it's going to give me the xpub and the zpub. Write these down. Write these down, because if you lose the SD card that this backup is stored on, like the identifier, which has like the composition of all the 3 wallets, then you need all the 3 wallets. So even if you lose one and you can't compose of this, all 3 wallets together, then you kind of lose your funds too. So you either need to have a secure SD card with the identifying file on it, so the .txt file, or you need to have these written down. So I highly recommend writing the fingerprint, xpub, and zpub down. So I'm going to click through this. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. It's just a tutorial wallet. Then it's going to save a .text file to my SD card. And now I got to transport these to the other wallets. So it's just letting me know the file name. And then it's telling me that there's going to be an Electrum skeleton file. Like this is a .json file. And you don't need to use Electrum for this. I would recommend using Sparrow Wallet whenever you get to a laptop. You use, let's say you have a friend that has a laptop, or you go and buy a laptop. You're going to use Sparrow Wallet. And I'll leave a link in the description on a short tutorial of that, or I'll just walk you through it when I get to my laptop. So that's what that is. So now when you go into, we'll go back to main menu. We're going to go to settings, which is the last option on the main menu. Third option in settings is and then now it identifies my file. So it has that name right there, CC2 of 3. Okay. So now I got to go back to advanced tools. I'm going to go to the last option on advanced tools, danger zone, seed functions, which is the second option, and destroy the seed. Are you sure you want to wipe the seed? Are you really sure you want to wipe the seed? And then it's going to ask me to type in 4 to prove that I read it. Type in your PIN. Now I'm going to import existing wallet. This is a pain in the ass, but got to type the words in now from the last wallet. So we're going to go to so just type those words in from your first wallet. You can do it. X on the NFC, X on the USB. So we're going to go down to settings. First, let's go to advanced tools. And just so you can see, we're going to go to view identity. That's going to give you the fingerprint. So when you're making the .text file, this is what pops up with the XPub and ZPub. This was the first wallet. This is how you identify each wallet. So view identity on advanced/tools. So we're going to go to settings, third option, multi-sig. Then we're going to import from file. So this is a new option. We first did export XPub. Then on the last wallet, we did a create air gap. We made a .text file. Now we're going to import the .text file into the other wallet. Okay, there's only one file to pick from, the CC2 of 3. And I'm going to save that. So now it identifies that, the CC2 of 3, in the multi-sig section. So now we're going to go to passphrase to add it to the wallet, the passphrase wallet that is connected to this seed. So we're going to add word. And each time you sign off, it's going to go back to the default 12-word seed. So every time that you go on here, you kind of have to apply the passphrase to access the new wallet. That's the BIP39 wallet protocol. I'm going to apply it. It's going to tell me my identity, that fingerprint. And then we're going to go to settings, multi-sig wallets. That's already in because this is a passphrase connected to the 12-word seed. So this is how you do it. Now I'm going to go back to my laptop, and we're going to enter the Electrum skeleton file into the computer and do a read-only wallet so that you can kind of navigate your way and actually see what's inside the multi-sig wallet. But just before we plug it in, let's go see how we could receive funds offline. So right now we're in the multi-sig settings. Let's exit all the way to the main menu. Scroll to the top just so you can see ready to sign, passphrase, and the third option, address explorer. Now it's going to make you read this prompt, and I'm going to read the warning to you. Warning, please understand that exceeding the gap limit of your wallet or choosing the wrong address on the next screen may make it very difficult to recover your funds. Press 4 to start. All right, we're going to go ahead and prompt through that. Now it's going to give you 3 different types of addresses. Don't even press on any of these. In the normal scenario, we would go with the BC1, that address type, but that's for this specific wallet. Remember, there's 3 different wallets connected to this multi-sig. We're going to go all the way to the bottom where it says the name of the multi-sig, CC-2-of-3. Press on that. It's going to show you the fingerprints of all the 3 wallets. So 572-969, 2C2, and then CC24. So those are the 3 different wallets involved in the multi-sig. And then we're going to go to the first option, 0/0/2/0/0. That's the first address. So if you wanted to receive funds, you would be using this first address. And then, if let's say someone sent you some funds to that address, you'd go down to the second one, /0/1, derivation path. And then it says BC1QWGQL. And then if someone sent something to that, then you go to the next one, /0/2, and you use that one. You never send these to more than one. So you never send funds to one of these wallets more than one time. And then once you run out of these, you go all the way to the bottom, and it's going to give you a little prompt, press 9 to see the next group. So once you finish up all these, once someone sends funds to you, to each one of these addresses, and remember, you never use these more than once. So once you give someone an address one time, don't ever give it anyone else the same address to send funds to that specific address again. So you press 9 when you want to generate a new group. It's going to give you the next set. So /0/10. etc. Okay. So now let's go home and I'll insert the Electrum skeleton file in my laptop, and that way I'll be able to send funds, and then we can check that out. Go to sparewallet.com/downloads, and then look through this list right here, find your corresponding OS, download the link. You need these last two files downloaded, the .text file and then the .ascii file. Scroll down to verifying the release and follow these instructions. Verify the SHA-SUM. Now, once you've done that, and I'll leave a link in the description of how to use Sparrow. I'm just running through how to correctly verify your receiving address so you can receive funds offline. And then once you go through that other video to show you how to spend, but most importantly, you're gonna be able to receive funds offline. And then if you get to a store and they have a node spun up, you'll be able to spend your funds there, or send your funds once you spin up your own node, or you can use a public node, which I don't recommend. But anyways, let's dive in. So you're gonna go to File. Once it's open, Import Wallet, and you'll have which I don't. A moment. You'll have the SD card that's on the left side of your ColdCard inserted into your laptop, which I am doing right now. And since I need a little SD plug-in because my laptop doesn't have that set up. Sorry, stand by. So once you have that plugged in, you're going to go down to Electrum and import the Electrum skeleton file that your ColdCard downloaded onto your SD card. So you're going to press that .json file, EL, so Electrum, and then the Multi-Sig wallet name, .json file. You're going to open it. It's going to ask you to rename the wallet. I'm just going to use this. Now, I'd recommend putting a password on this. It really isn't a big deal because it's a read-only file, unless they had 2 of the 3 private keys. But it's still nice to have this file locked with a password, just in case, just for privacy's sake. For the sake of time, I'm going to do no password. And then let's go down to addresses. And when I was showing you on the ColdCard, it was showing you the first 8 digits and the last 8 digits. Now you can verify the whole address, write that down, copy and paste it, and a couple of these. And again, remember, you don't want to use these more than once. So once someone sends funds to one of these out points, you're going to use the next one, and then the next one, and then etc. So, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. Typically, you would want to add your server. I'm not going to do that right now. I just did a factory reboot on my computer because of paranoia. But and I haven't shown you how to spin up a node yet, so I'm not even going to go into that right now. But typically, you want to spin up your own node, and that'll more efficiently allow you to send payments, and ensure that nothing's been compromised as far as your interactions within the network when you're sending your Bitcoin. So, and the fees are a lot cheaper than using an exchange. So you definitely want to spin up a full node, and we'll have a tutorial on that coming up. How to spin up a node on like a used laptop or desktop. Used desktop, you can get like a $200, $300 used laptop and spin up a node just using a little bit of command line. But that'll be coming up. So now but the purpose of this is now you can receive funds offline if they shut down your bank account and you don't have access to the legacy financial system. Now you can still receive funds, get paid, and have Bitcoin. So thanks for watching.